Hello, everyone. Welcome to the EUG podcast. I'm here with my good friend, Michael Langhi. Michael, thank you for joining us today.
Hector, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me here. And also thank you for all the friendship for all those years.
Oh, of course,
it's a
of
pleasure
course,
to be
of
here, my
course.
friend.
So let's just jump right into it. So let's talk a little bit about your upbringing in Brazil. How was the life?
The life is good. Now I have another goals. I just retired from the competition. Now I'm running the Alliance headquarters over there. I'm super excited with this. Of course, it's a huge responsibility. Take care about Fabio's legacy. But yeah, man, life is good. Cannot
Nice,
complain.
nice. So tell me a little bit about your upbringing, how you grew up,
All right, yeah.
and where you grew up.
I just grew up in São Carlos. That's my hometown. It's 2 hours and a half from São Paulo by car. It was a small city. In this city, I just met Cobrinha. We just trained capoeira together, before jiu-jitsu. And Cobrinha was like a big influence on my capoeira game. So when he started training jiu-jitsu, I thought, all right, this guy is doing this, so something good there is over there, So he just invited me to be part of the jiu-jitsu class. And I went there just to have a fun, to see what's going on. And I decided to train once per week. But when I realized it, man, all my focus was on jiu-jitsu. I found there in that time, jiu-jitsu had like a better organization in terms of competition. And I just found there the possibility to challenge myself and to see if my knowledge was good enough, So I just got in love with this martial arts, man.
Nice. And this was just a hobby that you started with, or was it like, man, maybe I can do this professionally? What was it?
From the beginning was just to complement the capoeira game.
Okay.
Because capoeira, is like, there's no like a rule set when you're gonna play capoeira. And in that time, most of the guys start to do some like double legs and all this stuff, just to control the opponent. And I thought, all right, I'm gonna do this just to help me and complement my capoeira game. But as I said, I just got in love with the art. And then I started to invest all my time training jiu-jitsu. And I could realize, I was like blue belt, that jiu-jitsu was what I would like to do for the rest of my life. And it's very fun because when I decided to leave from jiu-jitsu, I thought, all right, I need to have a conversation with my dad,
Right.
and I have to say for him what I want to do.
What did your father say?
Yeah, that's the
crazy.
point. And I was like scared. I didn't
Right.
know how he gonna receive that information. My
Right.
dad's like was a hard worker.
Right.
And when I said for him that I'm training jiu-jitsu, I think I'm good enough, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And he thought, all right, Michael, that's what I want to do. I'm going to support you no matter what.
Right.
I'm just going to ask you one thing. You have to be the best, And I said, all right, I'm going to do this. And I'm so proud of my career. I won the awards as blue, purple, brown. When I got my black belt, I was like almost 4 years, no lose. And I thought, all right, I'm doing exactly what I promised to my dad. And when I lost, right after 4 years, and I went back to Brazil.
And I'm gonna stop you right there. How did it feel after like that loss? Where did it take you?
Yeah, that's the point. I was like so frustrated. It's not because of me, because of the loss, but because of my dad, what I promised to him. And when I got in São Paulo, I was like mad. And I thought, all right, I have to talk with my dad, another conversation. And I just got my car, went to my hometown, and I said, Dad, I just want to say apologize. I just lost, and I promised to be the best.
Wow.
But I promise I'm going to train even harder, and I'm going to give my best every single day. And he told me, all right, Langhi, I'm going to say one thing. I think you didn't understand very well our first conversation. When I ask to you, to be the best, it's not the best in the business, the best jiu-jitsu ever. When I asked to be the best was the best version of you. You have to be better today.
Wow.
You were yesterday and better tomorrow you are today. Your personal development, And I think that was the most important lesson that I learned in my life, No matter what you're going to do, you have to give your best. But you need to understand that sometimes your best is not enough. But it's
True.
It's okay. Life
Right.
is hard. It's a
Yeah.
dark place,
Absolutely.
But you have to give your best no matter what. If your best is not enough, it's okay. You go back home. You're going to work on it. And then you're going to try even harder,
Right.
But yeah, man, was
Yeah,
very important for me.
Man, I went also 4 years without losing, and the time I lost, I told Cobrinha, "Oh, I'm not built for this." I started doubting myself. Did you feel the same when that
definitely,
happened? Like, wait a
because-
second, what
man,
am I
it's-
doing wrong?
Yeah,
right?
it's part of the game,
Yeah.
because we are like a human being, that's the motion is really hard to control. But the point is, I'm not saying, all right, you don't need to be upset. Of course, you can. But in the day after the competition, we have two options. Or we're going to complain and you're going to think, oh, life is hard
Right.
and I'm not good enough.
Right.
Or, okay, what I did wrong, my mistake, what can I do to get better and learn from that situation? That's the point.
Yeah.
Or you can just take a seat and
Yeah.
cry, or start to walk again.
Yeah, and Cobrinha has always been that way, right? After a loss, he'll tell you, back to the lab.
Man, that guy, his mindset is unbelievable.
And the people that never been around him on a personal level don't understand that this guy's different. He's built different. He thinks different.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stop. Right now, he's still training. He's still learning new things, new martial arts. And man, he's something different. Not because he's my professor. You know him as well for a long time. And
I
he's
think
just
he has the most important thing. It's not only in terms of competition jiu-jitsu, but for life. The infinite mindset. Learn as much as you can. Every single day you have to learn a new thing in all the aspect, business, training, life, whatever. And he does it very well, He's a hard worker, man.
yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes, unbelievable. So tell us a little bit of now you opened your own academy with your brother in San Carlos, yes?
Yeah, I'm running the Alliance headquarters. I'm the owner over there. As I said, it's a huge responsibility. And I opened another school in my hometown with my brother. We have a Jiu-Jitsu school, of course, but also I just opened a CrossFit
nice.
academy over there. And it's a different business, but at the same time, it's nice, it's a challenge to learn about new things, as we said, it's
Right.
important in your personal development.
Right.
And yeah, man, I'm so happy, especially with my brother. My brother, he
Yes.
was like a super talent,
Right.
but he just decided, stay away
Different
from
path,
jiu-jitsu, different path, yeah. And I never understood very well the reason he just left. He's like a close guy, it's really hard to start a conversation with him, but now he's happy again, like training every single day, teaching, and I feel that he's like happy again, you know what I
Nice.
mean? Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. And now you've made the transition from being a competitor to being an instructor.
Yes.
How's that transition been for you?
It's really hard, especially because when you are an athlete, you are selfish. You're going to build your world. Okay, if you want to be part of my life, it's about my rules, in my terms. When you are an instructor, it's more about to give something than to take something. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So it's not about you anymore. It's about give the best for your guys. And it's really hard for you, change this mindset. Because when I said, when you are an athlete, you need to be selfish. And it's not like a bad. It's good because you have to think what's better for you to be successful. You know what I mean? But when you're gonna work with people and when you're gonna run a group of people, it's not about you anymore. You have to think what's best for those guys.
Right.
You know, and it's the opposite way. You know, it's really hard, but yeah, it's at the same time it's really nice because my goal today, not only in competition but in life, you know, is just make people's life better through the jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know, jiu-jitsu just changed my life. If you ask to me, hey Langhi, all right, you do jiu-jitsu. Let's say, what was your plan B? My plan B was do jiu-jitsu as well.
Right.
You know, it's just make the plan A works. My
Right,
plan B,
right,
you
right.
know,
But it was like, okay.
that's the point.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of, especially nowadays, and obviously I run an academy and but I always tell my students like, man, you have to have a backup plan because this might not be, you get hurt. You know, how are you going to build it? Yeah, you can win a world title. I've seen a lot of guys win world titles and still live in an apartment, right? And it's like, wait a second, what's the plan after the career? And you guys have done a great job at Alliance to help these guys build their brand after the fact, learn business, learn how to run an academy.
Yeah.
All that's very important. A lot of these guys don't. They continue. Okay, I won a black belt world title. Okay, but you're still sleeping with 10 more guys. What's the next step? What is the plan after this? Because the window's very small. You get to a certain age and okay, how are you gonna support yourself after 35, let's say until you're 70? Things change.
You know, win a world title is, man, it's very nice. I'm proud of. But the point is, one goal. We have, like, as I said, the infinite mindset. You just reach your goal. What is the next one? The day after that, you know? And as you said, you achieve your goals as an athlete is one point, but you have a life right after that. You know, what are you going to do? You have to run your business. You know, you have to, the most important thing, and that's what Alliance Association is doing right now. You know, use jiu-jitsu as a personal development, you know. And today I can realize that a lot of lessons that I learned from jiu-jitsu, I can apply in my normal life.
Correct.
You know, when I have some problem, I think to myself, all right, what I learned in jiu-jitsu that I can apply in this situation to get out better, you know?
Yes.
And yeah, man, jiu-jitsu is amazing. You know, it's the best martial art ever, you know?
Yes. Yeah. So if you had a message to the next generation, what would you tell them? You went through, obviously, a different generation time, but now the new generation's a little bit different, right? What message would you send them?
Work hard. You know, that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you're going to do in your life. You have to work harder than anybody else. You know, the consistency is very important. You know, it's not about to do this once per week, 1 week per month, or 1 month per year. Every single day you have to do exactly the same thing, you know. And the discipline, you know, a lot of people says, hey Langhi, you just, you know, fought all the competition, you know, over, you know, 15 years. What do, you know, to keep, you know, like motivating? It's not about motivation, man. I just woke up like a few times, you know, like my motivation really, really strong.
Right.
It's about discipline. It's about you wake up every single day and you say, all right, I would like to stay here, to watch a move, to relax, but I have to do this, you know. It's about to do what you don't want to do. You know what I mean? All right, I have to train. There's no negotiation. Okay, I know I'm going to rest today and then I'm going to train even harder tomorrow. No, man, there's no negotiation. You have to wake up, just grab your gear, go to school and give your best.
Right.
And remember, sometimes your best is not enough, but it's all good. You have to give your best no matter what, you know? So that's what I want to say, you know, work hard, discipline, you know. Another important thing, you know, and now is a lot of people, they are talking about like, oh, jiu-jitsu professional as an athlete. Jiu-jitsu is not professional, you know. Our hard work is professional, but I mean, you have to think what is our next step. If you're just thinking about to be as good as you can as an athlete and you forget about
Life.
the rest of things, it's not on life, but it's about business.
Right.
You know, you need to learn how to be a good instructor as well. You know, that's
agree.
one important lesson that Fab just taught me. I was winning a lot of competition, and he just told me, hey, Langhi, I'm going to say one thing. If you win all the competition and you are good as an athlete, it doesn't care anything in terms of instructor, you know. There's a different skills. So what I have to do is just try to improve as an athlete, as an instructor, and as a businessman. You know, for each person, you need different skills, you know, and you have to train this every single day. So what I can see, you know, the new generation, they just want to say, okay, I'm professional fighter, you know, I'm professional athlete, and I just want to train, and I don't care about to improve as instructor. Man, that's a big mistake.
I agree.
That's a big mistake.
I agree.
You know, because, all right, you can be a professional athlete maximum 35 years.
That is correct.
Let's say 37. But what are you going to do right after that?
Exactly.
You know, for life.
Exactly.
You
I
know,
agree with
you have to think, what is your next step? Have to jump to the other goal. You know what I mean?
Great message for the next generation. I really appreciate you coming out and you know, spending the time here at the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, guys, till next time, keep evolving and in everything that you do.